Hey learners, hope you all are doing well. In the last session, we discussed basic Python syllabus. What is Python and different application areas of Python. In this session, we'll discuss features of Python. So let's start discussing one by one all the features of Python. First feature is Python is simple and easy to learn. So in Python, operators, keywords, and many other features which are redundant in other languages are eliminated, and they have tried to make the language simple. And as it is simple, it is easy to learn. Python is freeware and open source. You don't have to purchase Python. There is nothing licensing of Python. And Python come along with the source code. So if you're competent enough, you can modify the source code and give it back to the community. Python is high level programming language, which we have discussed in the previous session. High level means it's near to natural language, human language. So whatever you express in Python program, it is more of English like statement. So programming becomes more easy. Python is platform independent. The Python programmer not bound to any particular platform. Like the program will run on Windows. So if I want to run it on Linux, I have to make any changes. The same code, same Python code can run on Windows. The same code can run on Linux. It can run on Mac machine, as like we do it in Java programming. Python is portable. So you can easily move Python code from one machine to another. Python is dynamically typed. This feature says that in Python, you don't have to do declaration of variable before its use. Means at the time of declaration, we tell the data type in other languages. Here you start using the variable as and when you need it. What type of value is stored in the variable, that is its data type. So the data type of the variable is decided at runtime. Therefore, Python is called dynamically typed language. This feature is very much similar in JavaScript, PHP, those who are aware with those languages. Python supports procedural programming as well as object-oriented programming. Means in Python, you can divide your script into different functions, and then you can call that functions wherever you want. Or you can model your code in the form of classes and objects. And that's the reason Python is also called as multi-paradigm programming language. Python is interpreted, means the translation of Python code is done line by line. The Python script is first line by line converted into bytecode, and that bytecode is given to Python virtual machine, which will convert it into machine code and give it to the underlying machine for execution. Python is extensible and embedded. This feature says that you can write libraries in other native languages like C, C++, and you can call those native libraries in your Python code. This is very much like Java native interface in Java language. Then Python has given you a very big abundant set of reusable library functions. Means you think there are ready-made library functions for it. There are functions for mathematical things, there are functions for graphics, there are functions for process related. Abundant functions are already developed. Your task is to make intelligent use of those library functions in your Python script. So these were some features of Python. Next, we'll see short history of Python. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum in the late 80s and early 90s at National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science in Netherlands. Python is derived from many other languages, including ABC, Modula, C, C++. That is, object-oriented concepts are taken from C++, Algol 68, Smalltalk, Unix shell, and other scripting languages. Rossum chose the name Python because he was very much fascinated by a famous comedy show, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Therefore, he dedicated his language to that show, and therefore the name is Python. Python is now maintained by a core development team at the institute, although Rassam still holds a vital role in it. In the next session, we will discuss Python installation and also how to write